Bad for going live so late. I should have went on earlier, but I was doing stuff. Doing things. So I'm here. And if you watch on the playback, that's cool too. If you hear live in the chat, that's cool too. All I ask is you hit the like button. And make sure you log on to doggiediamondstv.com after the broadcast, because that's my official website. And you're going to see videos that you've missed. You're going to hear audio versions of the show. I'm on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, everything. Everything is in the description box. Just peek around. Once you get past the description, just scroll to the middle of the description box and you'll see everything right in the middle. And for those who want to know how you can get interviewed on my channel, this is the info. To get interviewed on Doggie Diamonds TV, just hit me up on IG at Doggie Diamonds. You want to hop on a special offer because it's a 35-minute interview that includes the $100 social media promo. It could be live stream or tape, and an additional guest could be in your interview. Just hit me up at Doggie Diamonds on Instagram. Let's go. Okay. I'm here. I'm with y'all. Shout out to everybody in the chat room so far.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
CB Sucker Free, what's up? Jimny8626, what's up? Nate Jackson, I see you in the building. Bernadette Bernie, I see you here. Rakeem Jackson, what's up? Jesse Simmons, 3487, what's up? Trey Finesse, 81 in the building. Frankie Fierce, 1210 is in the building. Yes. R.I.P. to Mama Shirley. Shout out to my brothers Cookie and Fatso. RYC Crick. No, R-I-C-K Rick. Yeah, I'm butchering that. What's going on? William Bryan, what's going on? Big Game Blue, what's going on? R Boom 57, Buffalo in the building. True and Living Blackguard is in the building. Check Viz Online is here as well. Don't forget.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
I ain't gonna keep y'all long. A few callers. Show y'all what this guy had to say. T.I.'s a wild guy. Of course, you gotta take what he say with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, he ain't the brightest crayon in the box. If he was in the crayon box, he'd be like dark gray. Or he'll be like Van Dyke Brown. Yes. We got V Smokeathon in the building. Don't forget Brooklyn. Yes, and don't forget
Doggie Diamonds did this.
We got Father Knows Best blog spot in the building. Oh, the Virgin Islands is in the building. Shane Morris, what's up? I'm tired too. I'm tired. I should have drank one of them Rise drinks that I was gonna drink, but then I'd have been up all night. Although I need to be up all night. I got some stuff that I'm working on. I found a hard drive. I don't know what's on it. I got like billions of hard drives everywhere. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Yvette E. Holmes. There we go. Damn, I ain't got no water? And my BCAAs is all the way over there. Yeah, this is going to be a short night. I'm thirsty. You know, I don't like to drink and do all types of stuff while I'm doing the show. It's just improper to me. I be seeing people smoking, eating and stuff. I don't know. I be wanting to give y'all a show, you know, a real show, like a show. You know, like a show. You know, like if you watching a news report and all that. That's what I try to have my presentation, right? You know, you gotta have a stinger going across. You gotta have the church in the background. You gotta have the logos on point. Oh, another thing, if you scan that QR code over there, you get everything. Everything over there. Just scan that QR code down there in the bottom right. I think it would be your left. I don't know, whatever. What's up, everybody? I'm Doggie Diamonds. This is Doggie Diamonds TV. I was supposed to be on here earlier, but this is a weird day for me. You know, some days, we gonna talk about that before I go because I did get y'all message. I did put out a APB of what y'all want to hear me talk about, what topics would y'all like for me to cover. Raheem Jackson, I appreciate you. Your twos and fews are definitely always on time and definitely appreciated. I appreciate you. And a lot of people wanted me to just speak on these times, and I'm going to do that. I'll probably do that for y'all tomorrow. I just got to get a cut. I got to do an interview tomorrow with 103.9 The Beat. I'm going to be on that platform tomorrow. So, yeah, I got to get a haircut. I could wolf it, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, when you on other people's stuff, you got to be presentable. When you on your stuff, you know, you can walk around your crib how you want. But when you in somebody else's crib, you want to be presentable. You can't be taking off your shoes and you got on holy socks. You know, your crib, you can wear holy socks. Nobody else's crib. So, yes, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Shout out to you. Universal United Front. So, T.I., this guy right here, T.I., decided to say he compares the church to a goddamn strip club. So I couldn't put that in the title of the video. YouTube suppresses me. Everybody else can put wild stuff in the title. I can't. You know, they just, if I put stuff like that in the title, they be like, oh, hell no. Everybody else could, I can't. So he compares the church to a damn strip club. I never heard that one before. And for all my people who go to church, I want y'all to call in and let me know what you think. So, of course, this is a reaction video for the beginning. So I have to stop and go. When you do a reaction video, you're not allowed to play the video straight through. So all you ass hats who like to come in the chat or the playback and say, just let the video play. I know you was in the class with like 3 other kids and 6 teachers. I know. No matter how many times I explain it, y'all just don't get it. So I'm not talking to your kind anymore, okay? So I'm going to play some of it, and I'm going to stop and go. That's how you do reaction videos, ladies and gentlemen. My intelligent people know. But you know, for the paint chippers, they still complain and say the same thing. So let's go.
Okay, let me tell you a story. So I was at...
And this is via Big Tigger and Jazzy McBee on V103.
I was at New Birth.
Oh, Lord.
I was at New Birth. What's up, Pastor Jamal?
Mm-hmm.
So I was at New Birth. I think Kanye was there. Kanye was there.
I remember that. Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah. Kanye was there with Sunday service.
Yeah.
And you know, when I went, you know, I see a lot
Kanye was just Sunday service. How the hell you say that like that? Hold on.
of service.
Yeah.
Yo,
you know,
why you say that like that? Kanye was just Sunday service. Who talk like that? What is this? What is this? Hold on, we gotta hear that again.
I remember that. Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah. Kanye was there with Sunday service.
Yeah.
What the hell was that? Kanye was there was a service. Who the hell talk like that? Where this nigga from? I think he a bloke from the UK, not 21 Savage. But let's go.
And you know, when I went, you know, I see a lot of my contemporaries and
This is what happens when you try to talk smart. You was Sunday service.
constituents, a lot of my peers and predecessors, and so we go
Predecessors?
and we in the little back hall, and I hear them raising money right then when I'm in the back. I say, I'm gonna stay back here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was me, 2 Chainz,
My predecessors. That word don't fit any. Go ahead.
Tamika, I think Dro was there, I believe. Bow Wow was there. Bow Wow was asleep, by the way. I'm gonna let you know that.
He was sleeping
Bow
at
Wow was
church.
asleep. Yeah, Bow Wow was
Goodness
asleep.
gracious.
But anyway.
Bow Wow was sleeping at the church.
Yeah. He missed the whole thing. He missed the whole thing. I looked at him and said, oh, that baby tired. That baby tired.
That baby tired. Grown ass man calling him a baby. I don't know.
But anyway, so and you know, They was in Kanye, you know what I'm saying? When Kanye went out there, when we went out there.
Mhm.
But then I tell you, when I was in the back hallway, I heard him passing the plate around.
Oh.
So then we waited till Ye said he was ready to go on that. So then we walked out, took our seats. Do you know they stopped everything to raise money again, passing the plates by, just because they saw that, you know how in the strip club,
Yeah.
they hit the red light,
Yeah.
let the people in the room know.
So he's comparing the church to the damn Players Club.
That the money's in the house. Amen. Amen. And that was a visiting pastor.
Oh, yeah.
That was a visiting pastor. See, now, Jamal, I'll tell you, he's smooth.
Absolutely.
You feel me? He's smooth, man. He's smooth. Because he wasn't going to get put out there and seen, you know what I'm saying, pandering or soliciting.
So he's saying the church is pandering and soliciting. Don't all churches do that though? Don't all churches, like, you think they did that because you was in there? They do that to everybody.
No. He invited his fellow pastor from somewhere else to grab the mic and say, hey, get your prayers past the roof. Go on and put in there. You know, I think he said some money. I need $1,000. I need,
It was an actual amount.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so they passed it, and they passed me the plate. I passed it right on to the dead person.
Yeah, you gotta
Damn.
test the plate and then pass it around.
So, yo, what was you there for though, fam? Like, you know, come on, everybody know the rundown on church. You there, that plate gonna play. What was you there for?
Yeah, I put the, hey man, I put my hand on it and I say, Jesus paid for it all. And I passed it right on.
That's funny. Guess he not a believer, right? I guess he not. Like, he making jokes.
She paid. He done paid all my costs. You know what I'm saying?
But I can see, I understand.
But look though, then
Yeah.
it get back to Chainz, and Chainz get the digging in his pocket, putting out the basket. You better not put no money.
You told him that?
You
in
better not
church?
put no money in there. He say, Tip, you can't tell me what to do.
Yo, hold up. So he told the next man, don't put no money in the plate? Why though? Why? What are y'all there for? So y'all was there to stunt, but y'all ain't want to add on to the church? What y'all was there for then? What you thought was going on in there? But you throw bread in I bet you he get all them ones in the strip club though. Go ahead.
I go to church. I say, man, well, give me some. Give me some too then.
So did he put the money in the plate?
Yeah, man.
So, I mean,
Yeah, nah, he
No,
ain't
he
give me
didn't.
none,
He
man.
don't
He
need
ain't give me none.
That's kind of weird. What y'all think about that? Like, if you go to church, don't you go to church to add on to the church? Like, what you thought was gonna happen there? You thought they were gonna be in there playing Uno? They passed that plate around. So what you do is you ration your cash. You say, yo, I got like $60 for them tonight. And I'm gonna break this off in tens. Every time that plate go around, I'm gonna give them a dime. That's how you do it. So if you gave them a stack at one whop, you a fool. You know the plate gonna go around a couple of times, so you just ration them all. But you don't be like, don't put no money in there. What you thought y'all was there for? To play ColecoVision or something like that? And then you do some blasphemous Jesus. What? He from the South for real? So I want to know, any of my people go to church? Like, he's working on his stand-up. His stand-up is horrible. If that's a part of his stick, he gonna have to chill. He gonna have to. I remember when they said this, and a few of my predecessors was there. Like, that shit don't. You don't know what predecessor mean? What the fuck is he talking about? Any of y'all go to church? I want to hear from church people. I know we kind of light tonight. It's like impromptu. But I want to hear if you go to, even if you don't go, I want to know why you don't go. So even if you go, I want to know if you go. And if you don't go, I want to know why you don't go. I'm not judging if you go. I'm not judging if you don't go. I just got some critical questions. You know, I ask questions. So the number is 516-218-6898. Yo, you know some people, right? They be watching the playback. You know they be calling the number like Wednesday. They gonna call Wednesday. Sometimes I fuck with them and answer and shit like, yo, what's good? Oh no, I want to talk about, you realize that it's not live no more, right? You realize that you missed the calling window, right? I don't know what's up with our people. I don't know if dudes just be bent, their brain is bent, or they be drunk. People will really, literally call me like Wednesday and be talking about a topic that I did last week. We got to call the 954. What's your name? Where you calling from?
What's going on? This is Jonathan from Florida, Broward County.
Broward County. So you go to church, bro?
I mean, you know, it's funny. I actually stopped, and I actually have a question. I'm starting to see a lot of people like Jay, T.I., and all these celebrities. There's some information that they're getting about church, which I kind of want to understand. Like, why is it that they don't like church or they don't want to? You know, I always kind of thought that was weird myself, but I mean that's kind of where what I kind of wanted to ask. Like, what's it about church that they know that we don't know? What's it doing for them? That like what is it not going to church? What is it doing for them that is doing to us? You get what I'm trying to ask?
I get what you're trying to ask, but I'm gonna be real with you. Them niggas don't know shit. Don't give him no credit. Did you just hear that man speak? You think he's intelligent?
Not that he's intelligent, but it's like there has to be some type of secret that like you know what I'm saying? Like they might be feeding us this information, and they probably like yo, you know, they're being told like something that's not being told to the masses.
Bro,
I'm just trying to make a
them
correlation
niggas
to
is
that.
not privy to no information that we not privy to. You're giving them too much credit. They're not privy to.
Maybe so.
Yeah, they're not privy to any information. There is no secret book or some secret. It do not exist, because if them dumb niggas know, then it ain't a secret. They don't tell us certain things. And whenever you think that you see some of these guys and they a part of something, they're at the low end of a lot of stuff. They just might be higher than us. Because when we think about church, what would the civil rights movement be without the church? So they don't know nothing special. They didn't get a tap on the shoulder and say, hey, stay out of church. Like they didn't get that. Trust me. There is no correlation to not going to church, and they got some type of secret information. It ain't. Dudes just don't go. I would think they don't go because they don't have the time, but a lot of them be having pastors. A lot of them be having, you know, we see TD Jakes pop back out. You know, a lot of them rock with church, or they just don't have a denomination. Beyonce grew up in the church. So I don't know. But all right, bro, thank you for calling. Let me get some more callers in. All right. Yeah, them dumbass niggas don't know nothing. I ain't giving them no credit. I ain't never gonna be like, you know, they know something we don't know. No. Them dumbass idiots don't know nothing. Because when it's time for people to do politics and get anything, they go right to the church. So nah, they be knowing. They did you. I just want to know. For if you go to church, call in. If you don't go to church, call in. I want to know. I just got some critical questions I want to ask, because you know, it's just a weird time where I'm not saying people should go to church. I'm not saying people shouldn't, but I think right now we in a day and time where people just making up whatever they want to make up now. And it ain't even deriving from nothing. It's just like niggas be like, I ain't religious, I'm spiritual. You spiritual? You know, there's a such thing as evil spirits too, right? So not all spirits are good. You know, so when niggas be like, I ain't religious, I'm spiritual. Yeah, okay, we know. 818, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, yo, this is Tyree. Yo, what's up, Doggie Diamonds? What's going on?
Chilling. Where you calling from, fam?
Oh, Charleston, South Carolina, yo.
Okay, SC. Charleston, I got family out there.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
All right. So do you go to church?
Nah, I don't go to church, yo.
Okay, why not?
I went to church. I was trying to find, everybody's trying to take this spiritual journey, and of course you see what perceives to be the right thing, in the Christianity. So I was searching through the churches, and I went to one church, the music was good. So, that was a positive, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the pastor starts preaching, and he was like, everybody put your hands up, put your purse and your wallet in your hand, and he was like, some money's going to come in the purse.
Mm-hmm.
And, or your wallet. And I was looking to the side, and I saw this little girl was like, looked like she was in distraught, but nobody was paying attention. I'm like, here this man going, spreading false hopes, like some money's going to get in your pocketbook or your, you know what I'm saying, just for praising God or whatever. Man, I walked out, yo. I was like, yo, this is crazy.
I mean, I get it, but that's why I guess in those instances, that's why I guess you got to be a believer, right?
Yeah, you got to believe. But see, I know my mother.
Okay.
You feel me?
Okay.
I don't got to believe, yo. She told me right from wrong, so I don't need that,
Got you. I'm not knocking it. What about church? What about church for the community? What about church for meeting new people and being festive? And what about for those purposes?
Well, I mean, it's supposed to be for those purposes. It's supposed to be for the community. But when you look around, like you go blocks from whatever church you see, and let's name one grocery store they took over from the Arabs or whoever, or any kind of laundromat from the Chinese or whatever kind of place they took over, and made it a part of the community where we can give services and, any buildings in the church, you know what I mean, that gives some daycare center, anything.
Mm-hmm.
I get what you're saying, but do they do that? You don't feel me?
I think one thing that we don't do, we don't go into facilities and try to become an active member. We expect miracles. Sometimes you got to go in there and say, yo, could I organize this? Could I do that? Sometimes you have to be proactive. How many of us is proactive in anything in our community?
Oh, no, I've been proactive. I had a nonprofit for homeless men and all of that. But you got to understand, when you go into a faith-based place, you got to be you got to accept what they're talking about before they hear you or carry out any type of program, because I've tried to do that. And the politics in the church, yeah, we can say it in theory. I hear you now. I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Be proactive. I got it. But that's just theory. When you try to actually do it and implement it, it don't go that way. You feel me?
Got you.
So it's hey, if they supposed to be doing good, we just got to look and see what they've done, and they haven't done anything. So what's me talking to them going to change anything right now? You feel me?
Got you. So do you have any faith at all? What is do you have any?
Like I said, my God is my mother.
Okay.
She's my creator.
Okay.
That's my creator. You know what I'm saying? She told me right from wrong. You feel me?
Not mad at that.
I don't need Jesus. I guess people who need Jesus don't know right from wrong. You feel me? So when she died, I can pray to her in the sky. You feel me?
Okay.
So she's the only one that's given me everything everything. But when I was sick, needed encouragement and needed love, that's who gave it to me. I'm sorry, everybody take their own path. It's just that my mother was, good to me.
Right. I mean, that's why I'm asking, because that's why, as a community, we have to trade ideas sometimes. I don't think nobody idea is right or wrong. It's just information. Some people, you might have 50,000 people who agree with you. You might have nobody who agree with you, but it's still information. Right. And that's why I'm taking callers, for a lot of people's voice to be heard. But let me take some more callers. Great points. I appreciate your call.
And much respect, Doggie D.
Yes, sir. Peace. Hey. Got the 310. What's your name? Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Los Angeles, California,
What part of Los Angeles?
Crenshaw District.
Uh-oh. The Crenshaw
Yeah.
district. What's going on? All right. So
Man.
you go to church?
You know, man, it's interesting. I was just talking to my little brother because our dad is a pastor and have a church in Texas.
Wow.
Now and I'm always telling him because they wondering why I don't go to church like that, like they do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a few times where my business say like community centers in that area in Texas, and none of the churches help to do anything with it. So my thing always been what I'll be trying to convey to my brother and my dad is that the church in the Black community need to be the pillar of the community.
Like it used to
I
be.
feel
It
like
used to be though. It used to be for sure.
It definitely used to be.
Yes.
But right now it's pivotal right now because of the way Islam is taking over the country and how they trying to implement themselves into our structure, our political structure. I really believe that churches should have been doing that, especially in the Black community. You know what I mean?
What's wrong with Islam?
Huh?
What's wrong with Islam?
I mean, dude, my thing is the church, I'm not blaming the church so much because I think the people, I just heard you earlier talking to a guy, you were telling him how we don't get involved, and I believe that the people need to get involved and hold people accountable just like politicians. Like we gotta hold everybody, we gotta hold the pastor accountable.
So you hold your pops accountable is what you saying?
Exactly. Me and our relationship ain't really like what it's supposed to be as father and son because of the way he present himself as a pastor to me. And he denounces all kind of community activity and all kind of stuff. Man, I can't really roll with your church.
You mean he denounces community activity like you out there cripping and thugging and bugging? That's what he denounces?
No, well, he just don't get involved in things.
Right.
So say like it's Texas, so say like Juneteenth. They not doing nothing in the community. They don't give out food, they don't do anything.
But you know that the church was always to separate like church and state. So a lot of times, a lot of churches don't believe in certain things to do with politics sometimes. Like it's different depending on the church, the pastor. It's your daddy, so you probably should build with him. Is he educated on the stuff? Like, have you ever had a conversation about it, or you just
he's educated on the word,
okay,
sure, but I think for the Black community, for sure, we need to find a bridge. Because I agree with you, like the church and state, I agree with all of that. But I think it's a bridge that needs to be built between the two for the Black community. I'm not speaking about the whole of America.
Right.
I think our community needs that bridge more than ever right now because of the women and men. We're not even getting married no more. People don't want to have kids. It's crazy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's real crazy to me. And the thing, I just feel like for our community, we need to be a little bit more involved in the churches need to be involved. But like I said, the people of the community need to get involved and hold people accountable. And then I think they would start paying more attention to it if we did that.
But my question to you was that how could you hold anybody accountable if you don't even attend their?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If you don't support their efforts.
Like I was talking to my sister about it because she a Bible thumper too. So
damn. See, that's derogatory though, bro. See, you gotta understand. You're already foul. You know what I'm saying? So once we call people derogatory names,
the Bible,
the resentment. Yeah, that's derogatory. Yeah, it is. Because you know, you didn't say she was a believer. You didn't say you didn't call her a Christian. You call her Bible thumper. So that's already derogatory. You know, so that
Well,
order,
I separate Christians and Bible thumpers. I separate them
the same
because
thing.
a lot of people, a lot of Christians that I met, like one of my friends that I grew up with in LA, he Asian, and he turned his life around and he a pastor, and the way he preached the word is more like educating you instead of preaching to you, if that makes sense. A Bible thumper to me is trying to preach to you to persuade you to think a certain way.
No, but I mean, if the
So
word comes from the Bible, you can't just be up there freestyle. That's like your Asian homeboy up there kicking the freestyle. Where's the freestyle derived from?
he's not kicking no freestyle. Everything is he referenced the Bible.
Right.
Everything he teaches you, he goes directly to the Bible and he explains to you on why this is the word.
I get it, but you know, some people got different deliveries. You know, I'm not mad at it. You know, I'm not mad at it. But you can't call your sister a Bible thumper. Just don't call her that to her face. And hopefully she's not listening or don't listen on the playback. Because but it is derogatory to call your sister a Bible thumper, for sure.
I'm gonna tell her that you was taking up for her.
Yeah, man. Don't call her no Bible thumper. You know what I'm saying? All right, bro. Let me get some more.
What I was saying about her though it was a positive thing. I was telling her that I can't. It's hard to have this conversation from my position if I'm not participating.
Right.
I can actually invoke myself into the situation, and I could probably invoke change into it.
Right.
You know, so I was explaining that to her like yesterday, that you know my mind is kind of changing about my approach to it, because I always felt I didn't believe in the system of the church of what I've been presented with, when it don't really have to be like that in all honesty. You know what I mean?
Right. All right. So yeah, let me get some more callers in. I appreciate your call.
No problem.
All right, peace. Call us at the damn Bible thumper and expect them to have the healthy dialogue. You know, you can't call nobody no damn name. I think we got different faiths. I think we got different belief systems. I don't know who's right or who's wrong. It's whatever works for you. 414, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, this is P. I'm from Milwaukee.
What's that
Milwaukee,
background?
Wisconsin.
Where you at, man?
Say what?
Where you at right
Milwaukee,
now?
Wisconsin.
I know, but what's all that noise in the background? You having a seance or something like that?
Oh no, that's the people. I'm at work.
Oh, okay. All right. So
they listen to music. They listen to music. They listen to some music.
All right. So do you go to church?
I do, and I do, but not as much as I can.
Okay. Why not?
Just probably the same reason that y'all talking about, man. It feels like it's more about the money than it is about the God.
Okay. Do you know what paying tithes are?
Absolutely.
You know that's in the Bible,
but,
right?
You know, absolutely. But you know, it's a lot. It's you know, our churches ask for a lot more than the tithes, right? You know that. One Sunday they have a offering for the pastor and his family. One Sunday they had, offering. That's our tithes. We just pay that. That's our percentage of our income. They want extra. They want money for the pastor. They want money for the pastor wife for her anniversary. They want money for this, money for that. That's the problem.
I got you. So what do you suggest? Like, what is the solution? Like, they're not supposed to ask for no money?
If the 10%, I think if the 10% is not enough to take care of their church's needs, they need to get more members so that they can afford to pay for everything without asking for extra money on top of the tithes, which is what we already paying into.
How big is your church?
My church is, I say we are under 200, over 150.
Okay.
It's not big.
Okay. So is the facility big though? Is it a big actual building?
Absolutely, yeah. It's a decent sized building, and we also have multiple different buildings for our church.
Wow.
You know, there's a building where the men have their Tuesday morning breakfast. That's across the street, kitty corner from the church.
Tuesday morning.
Yeah, Tuesday morning the men have a breakfast. It's the men's breakfast.
Y'all don't gotta work. What y'all doing up at Tuesday morning? Eat
Well,
breakfast?
no, you know me. You see, I'm at work right now.
That's what I'm saying.
So
what the hell you mean
I'm gonna be here
Tuesday
till
morning?
3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, like what are y'all doing? Meet me Tuesday morning, nigga. I gotta work.
You know, that's for that's for the old men who are retired. A lot of and if you can make it, you make it. You know, you might have a Tuesday off or something like that. But we got that building. We used to have a credit union building. Like they finding ways to make money any kind of way they can. They have daycare. We had daycare facility building, a school building, all type of little buildings all around. But you will wonder why wouldn't that place would be like, okay, boom. If we can't afford it off of the 10% tithes, we probably shouldn't do it, or we should find a way to get the money that's not begging the church. That's how it feels like, begging almost.
Got you. All right, your background is loud. I'm call me back, man, when you off work. All right, I'm gonna do another show. It's just too loud for me.
All right, dog.
But I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yep. All right. Yeah, I couldn't do that bus and shit, backing up or the motherfucker doing something. You better pay attention to them boxes, bro. Y'all look at the church as begging. Yo, how come when people ask for money is looked at as begging? Like, you know that we need some of these things to keep the thing going. Like, I need donations. You know, it's funny because even when you in these spaces like YouTube, me asking for donations, people like to say that I'm begging. I've never begged for anything. I mean, if you donate, you donate. But I'm not talking about him in particular, but I'm just saying, why do people always say you begging? Closed mouth don't get fed. Why is that like our first, you was begging? When you ask for something, why you gotta be begging? Like, I ain't get on my knees and no shit like, but I ain't, anyway. 678, what's your name? Where you calling from?
This Rock calling from Atlanta.
Atlanta, you go to church, right? You go to church?
No, I used to when I was little one, but
why you stop going?
No, I mean, reading some history and having a lot of questions about stuff. I mean, I still got faith, but like when I was like 18, for whatever reason, I decided to try to read the Bible front to back. And in the front of the Bible, it had something about the Council of Nicaea and how basically it was a group of people that decided what came in and what went out. And I was like, hold on, what is this? Okay. And I don't think that many people like paid that in there. Since then I went and kind of did what kind of studying I could at that time on that. And I was just blown away that it's like, if this was the book of God, written by God, what men were ordained by God outside of Jesus to tell us what we should and shouldn't be. So it's just that kind of stuff.
So if you believe in it, right, or if you worship, what difference does that make though? Because if some things were taken out or whatever.
Because you have to be able to trust the people who are in charge of making that decision. Like what, I mean, for me. Okay. Like what, again, who ordained these people? Like what, and then I'm going to be real with you, dog. At that same time, I got my hands on books like The Prince by Machiavelli. And I just started reading like European history. And I was like, no, I don't rock with that. No, I can't do that. No. I mean, I just saw a lot like these are devious people and I don't want to go into that. I'm sorry.
Got you. No, it's cool. I know what you're saying. You just got turned off by it once you got other information, basically.
Right, but my family is still, you know, heavy church people. So I remember my brother used to always, because once I start getting that information and I started researching, I kind of went rogue. Like I was like little Michael on Good Times. I was just too militant. So my brother used to tell me like, hey, if mama is on that wave, if she on that tip and it don't make her a worse person, you got to leave that alone. He was like, bro, it'd be different if she was going to church and she was pawing and stuff so she could pay the pastor. He was like, bro, it ain't like that. Like, bro, whatever she going through, it done really made her a better person, or, you know, gave her whatever resolve she needed. He was like, bro, we on something different, but let her have that. So that's, you know, that's that.
So
but
let me ask you something.
like,
do you feel like you could still be a believer and not go to church? Do you believe that you have to go to church to be a believer, or you could be a believer outside of the church?
I mean, I believe in God. If as crazy as it sounds, but it's from a logical perspective. I don't want to say scientific, but logical perspective, because everything has a beginning and everything has an ending, and I don't know humans that can like make trees. I mean, I know you can splice all kind of things now, but do you understand what I'm saying?
You never seen nobody grow no reefer? I did. You can make some trees.
No, I mean like, but like make it, like make the essence of it. I never seen anybody create a seed. I've seen them splice seeds.
Right. I mean, you know, it gets deep. I mean, science and theology a lot of times don't live in the same place. So if you're dealing with certain things from a scientific level, it's different. But I think a lot of things could be explained via science, but then you would just have to go that route. You know, you would have to be all in. And then I think when we don't know stuff, we just go with the unknown. You know, it's kind of deep. You know, it's kind of deep because we do have things and species that evolve from other things. You know, it's a lot, but you know that's a whole nother conversation. But yo, Brent, thank you for calling. I'm gonna get some more callers in. I appreciate
Hey,
you.
Go ahead. Can I drop this on you real quick before you go?
Go ahead.
The whole mega church thing though, I never dug that. I used to live down the street from Creflo Dollar Church. I call it Creflo Dollar. He got people walking to his church. I've never seen a shuttle come and pick these people up. I mean, they got community centers and stuff. Like, I agree with your guy from South Carolina. And as far as the church T.I. was talking about, New Birth, if I'm not mistaken, that used to be Eddie Rome Church. And Jamal Bryant is the pastor that run that now. I'm in Atlanta. When I'm riding down 20 and 85, him and his wife is on billboards for a New Year's Eve celebration that they throwing. Doggie, you couldn't tell me they wasn't going to Club Vision. You couldn't tell me it wasn't a billboard for 112.
But that's what happens,
Joker,
though.
He might
But
not got on the mink, but he got on like 3-piece.
I agree with you, though, bro. But this is the thing of getting people to believe. Once you get people to believe, and they believe in you that you're gonna deliver them, it's strong, man. It's strong. You know, it's strong. And I'm gonna expound on that a little bit. But yeah, I appreciate your call. Let me get some more callers in. That is wild though. I'm gonna get some more callers.
All right,
in.
appreciate it.
Peace. Yep. Okay. Okay, let me get this call. 929, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's up? It's Kiki.
Kiki,
I'm calling from New York.
New York. What part of New York?
I live in the Bronx, but I'm from Brooklyn.
Oh, the Bronx. Goodness gracious. The Bronx is out of control. Okay, do you go to church?
I'm sorry, you broke up 1 second.
I ain't break up. I'm loud and clear. You broke up. Your phone.
What? Okay, either way.
All right, do you go to church?
I don't go to a physical church right now, but I was born and raised like basically Pentecostal Christian.
What's the Pentecostal? I don't be knowing these denominations. What is it?
Just, different denominations, to be honest. it's all Protestant when you really look at it. If it's not,
would you say it's all prostitute? What? No, I'm playing. So that's where you get like this Lutherans and
I did. Yo, you crazy. No, so I wanted to answer two things before you asked me a question, because you were saying, why is it that when I ask for donations, people basically make it seem like I'm begging or try to tell me I'm begging. And that has nothing to do with you. It has to do with the trauma that they've already experienced from the people who ask for donations constantly, and you donate to them, but then they don't want to show proof, basically, that their school is going to open. Let's just give one example, right?
Or they did something good with it.
Right. So you're basically getting the remnants of that. It has nothing to do with you. It's them being traumatized. And even though they may believe in your movement and believe in what you're doing, their trauma doesn't allow them to fully trust.
Got you.
Right. And that ties in with the whole tithing and going to church.
Okay.
Because 9 times out of 10, most people are traumatized by churches who ask for money. The reason why they feel traumatized is because when you tithe, right? When in this time, not biblical times, in this day and age, when you tithe, you should be able to go to the church when you're having a hard time, and the church is supposed to help you. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Food,
right? But that's not the way that the church is ran today.
Gotcha.
So you're giving, and the only thing you get is a feel-good message on Sunday. And the feel-good message is that prosperity preaching. If you give your money, if you sow your seed, you will get this. When that is not what Christianity is based on. It is based on salvation. It is based on your good deeds and what you are doing. And are you a believer and a follower of Christ? And will you be able to get into heaven based on not just tithing, but the fruit that you bear, your life, the life that you're living, the way you treat people? How far does your faith reach? Is it just only because I believe in God to give me a house next year this time? Or is it because I'm praying and I'm sowing a seed for my salvation? I'm paying these tithes so that if there is a single mother who can't feed her babies, I'm producing this money for the church so that the church can go and help her when she calls upon the church to do so. So that is really, to this day and age, that's really what the tithes are supposed to be about. Of course, it's supposed to help with the logistics and keeping the church up and running. Most pastors take a salary because that is their job, but there are some pastors who have work outside of the church, so they don't take a salary. But in biblical times, when tithing was first brought up in the Old Testament, it was basically, there were different reasons why you tithe. So there was tithing for festive reasons. There's charity tithing. There's tithing for the temple, right? So again, you're doing this because it is producing something. The church in this day and age isn't producing anything, and they only want to give you a feel-good message. They're not telling you the truth of the Gospels, which is you will condemn your soul to hell if you are not a follower of Christ. Everybody wants the money, and that's the problem. And that is why we have an issue. And I believe that's why T.I. said what he said.
So you don't think a lot of dudes on YouTube be doing that too? Hit the green screen and give me this money and all that?
Yes.
And they don't produce shit. They do feel good moments and they be hypocrites. Okay.
Okay, and they are hypocrites, but what makes the Christian worse is because you're coming in God's name.
Dudes be coming saying that they're God and they know the way and all this too. You got a lot of quacks out here who dudes be in full costume talking about donate to this, donate to that. Nah, a lot of people don't be right and exact. And What I find that's very, very, very weird is that, and I'm not knocking him because I don't want to make it personal like again, but people will donate to somebody like an academics who tell you that he's a millionaire. What do you?
But that's cognitive dissonance, right? So, and I want to say to a certain extent, I don't want to blame the victim, but in a certain extent, it is your fault because even that means you're not in your book. You're not in the word. You're not in the Bible because even Christ says that his sheep, his stewards, his people will know him by his voice. Like you will know me, you will hear my voice and you will know that it's me. Now, what you do with that is completely up to you. That's why we have free will. It's completely up to you. Some of us, we like to say, oh, I knew it. It was my gut instinct. It was sometimes, no, that's God talking to you. So if you're just the same way, if you can hear God's voice, it's the same way that you can hear the enemy's voice. And it's up to you to pay attention.
You heard God's voice?
I do.
What it sound like?
I do. And
what it sound like?
It sounds like peace. It sounds like truth. It sounds like someone or something wouldn't steer me the wrong way. And how do I know that is God? Because God doesn't contradict himself.
All right, let me ask you something. So you telling me that you hear a physical sound voice or you hear vibration, or do you hear like
your mother's in here with us? Your mother's in here with us.
You hear that? Like, what do you hear? You hear,
what you doing tonight, girl?
You hear shit like that? What do you hear? Go ahead.
It can sometimes even be in my own sound of my own voice. It can be a vibration. It can be energy. But I know it's him because it doesn't contradict his word. You get what I'm saying? You can hear God's voice in looking up at the sun. It doesn't necessarily mean you actually hear a voice, but you know it's God and you know this is his creation. This is God. This is his creation. He's talking to me through said whatever it is you're looking at, listening to, or even a person, right? So I can be talking to you and you say something profound and I can know that's not, yes, it's coming from him, the vessel, but that was straight from God. Like, how would you know to say that to me in this moment that my spirit needed that?
So let me ask you
what
something.
I'm saying?
So when something happens to you that's negative, do you say that that's the devil?
I'm not one of those people that, okay, so I'll answer you two ways. Yes and no.
No, don't contradict. Just one, don't contradict.
No, I'm not. That's not a contradiction.
Yes and no is a contradiction.
No.
Okay,
let me
go
finish.
ahead,
And let me
I'll
tell you
be
why two
quiet.
things can be true at the same time. It's called nuance. So here's what I mean when I say that. And even in the Bible, it says, what the devil meant for bad or what the devil meant for negative, God uses it for good, right? So when I say yes and no, that means a situation, I can put myself in a situation or I can be placed in a situation that is meant to be used for bad because of the devil. But in that situation that is negative, something positive came out of it. A lesson was learned, a life was saved, something like that. And I see God in that, right? So that's how I look at that.
Yeah, but that's your understanding, but that's not really answering me. I'm just saying, if you was on the train tomorrow and somebody clunk you in the back of your head, don't y'all be saying the devil is busy?
The devil is busy, but what if that happening to me stopped me from getting killed because I was going to get off at the next stop?
But you got
right?
clunked.
So what?
You got
Am I
clunked.
confusing you?
No, you're not confusing me. I'm just saying to you, I'm thinking logically here, right? You got clunked in the head. So you getting clunked stopped you from getting killed, so it's good?
No, okay. Yes and yes. I'm not even going to say yes and no. Yes, because you never know what was on the end of that other thing that you were supposed to do. So, yeah, I got clunked in the head, and it's negative and it's bad, and that person who did it was a negative person, and it was bad. However, am I living to see another day?
You
What
might
would
be.
have happened if I would have went
You might
further?
have
Listen to me.
CTE.
Wait. I don't mean to
that.
cut you.
Go ahead.
What would have happened to me had I gone further in that trip? Right? We don't know these things. So the way I look at it, and where I am in my journey and in my faith right now, is looking at it and saying, you know what, this thing happened to me, but thank God it wasn't this that happened to me. Thank God I'm alive to see my family. You know what I'm saying? Something negative did happen to me. Yes. And the devil is busy. He is out here. He is working. But everything is not always the devil. Let's get that straight too.
This is what I'm
Because
asking you. So you have two different spirits working in conjunction to fuck with us, is what you're saying.
I don't know that I understand the way you're putting that.
Well, I'm going to break it down to a simpler term. You have everything that's bad is the devil, and everything good is God. God is good. The devil is busy. You see, people say those things, right? God is good.
People say those things, right?
The devil is
and
busy.
I'm not. Everything that happens to you that's bad is not always the devil. Is what I guess that's what I'm really trying to say.
Okay, now so
it is not always the devil.
So sometimes God do bad shit to you, is what you say.
No, sometimes look at Job. Sometimes God allows for things to happen to you, right? To either pull you through something, to get you out of something, to wake you up from something. So yes, he does allow certain things to happen to you. That's where I am in my faith right now.
Okay.
Had you asked me this years ago, I don't know how I would have answered. But again, I grew up in a church, and I had to step away from the church life too, because there's a lot of things. It's kind of like, when you're in it, you don't see certain things. But then when you grow up a little bit and you take a look back, like almost like the Wizard of Oz, and you say, that doesn't seem right. I've actually seen that the wizard is not who he say he is. In this case, I'm talking about like a pastor, a priest, or something like that. Or this doesn't correlate with the Bible.
So who teaches you the word, though?
Back.
What I'm asking tonight. This is what I'm asking tonight. And the reason why I'm asking you this: who teaches you the word, and who helps you decipher the word? If the people who are giving you the word most of the time have degrees in theology or went to school for this, where are you getting this word from? Where are you being taught the word from? You just winging it?
So for me, in my life, I was taught through family, because I grew up in a church. However, once you are able to, you should read and have a relationship with God and know the word and know God for yourself. And again, that takes me back to what I said earlier. You will know what is truly of God. It will be in your spirit, but that is based on your relationship with God and how deep you are willing to go. Okay, so you need to focus on you and read the word. Obedience is better than sacrifice. So be obedient to the word by reading the word, continuing your relationship with God, and then he will put you in places where the teacher isn't a false teacher, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you'll be able to gain more understanding and more knowledge from people who may know a little bit more than you. Some people just have a gift. Some people don't go to those schools and become ordained. Some people just have that gift and they are touched by God and they understand the Bible more than you do. And God will let you know, this is who I sent to help you understand. Or he'll let you know, no, this is a false prophet. This is a false teacher.
So let me ask you something
in the Bible,
else.
Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
God is a he to you.
God is, well, I use God in a masculine term because he sent his son, Jesus Christ, who I believe is also a part of that Godhead, God Trinity. Yeah. So I do.
God Trinity.
Yeah, the Trinity. Yes, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
No. Hold on. Let's back up. You said God is a he because he sent his son. What about God being he because he made man in his image? Wouldn't that be what makes him a he because it's his?
Yeah, that too. But again, he sent his son.
What came first, though?
Jesus.
What came first?
They were all together.
That's
It
cap.
was all of them.
Now you capping.
It's all of them.
Now you capping.
I'm capping.
Yeah, now you capping.
All right, let's go.
What was the first?
Do this right now? Because I know that.
All right. Look, where was
you have a set topic?
No. We on the topic. I'm just saying. What was the first? What was the first books
in the Bible?
Yeah.
Genesis.
Okay. So when did Jesus come?
Jesus came in. Well, Jesus has always been.
Nah, you tripping.
The way I was taught. Listen, the way I was taught was Jesus has been introduced even in the Old Testament, but he is
Give me the passage.
Introduced as the Messiah to come, but he has always been there because he is part of God, the three, God, Son, Holy Spirit.
So what about Moses? Moses wasn't.
I'm not a teacher.
No, I'm asking critical questions here because you was going. So Moses wasn't. None of the prophets wasn't.
Moses was not God.
I never said he was God. I said nobody. What about the people that was here prior? It was a Jesus birth, right? So how could he have been always here if he was born as a human? That don't make no sense.
Because God took from himself and breathed. He basically breathed him, gave his breath to Mary, right? Breathed himself into Mary to create Jesus in human form.
Didn't he do the same thing with Adam?
Well, yeah, but Adam was not without sin, so he could not be God because he was with sin.
But he was born without sin, though, right?
He was born without sin, but he ate of that tree. So this is a good question, and I'm glad you bring it up to me because now you're giving me something to go back and read on and ask who I ask about these things, because that does make sense, right? Because he did breathe life into Adam also, but what distinguishes Adam and Jesus from each other? And I always looked at it as the fact that he was born without sin.
Okay, so Adam was born without sin as well.
I get what you. I don't think he was born without sin because
there was no
he had
sin.
Free will, and he took the will, and he took that free will, and he basically
there was no speaking
way.
of sin until they ate from the forbidden tree. There was no sin.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So are you proposing that Adam was the first I wouldn't say reincarnation, but the first Jesus? Like the first?
Wasn't that the first person he made?
Oh, this is such a good question. I have to write it down.
That was the first person he made, right? That's according to.
It is the first human that he made, yes. What distinguish? I'm sorry, I'm writing it down. I'm one of those people. I like to learn wherever I can.
So he was the first person he made. Then he was allegedly lonely. Then he made woman from a rib, right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
So where does blood types come from if it was only two people on Earth? How do we all have different blood types?
That's a good question. That's an age-old question. That's something that we all wrestle with. That's something that we all
ain't no wrestling. We gotta get an answer. Ain't no wrestling. Go ahead, we can't be wrestling.
Non-believers don't, because you tend to lean on science. But for me, as a believer, that is one of the questions that I've always asked. Well, who did Abel and Cain procreate? Well, not Abel. Who did Cain procreate with? There was no one else on the earth. These are questions that we've always had. But again, these are questions that I will ask.
Then he also said, if y'all cast me from the garden, they're going to kill me. Who are they? Who was this they that was going to kill Cain?
Well, I think that's where the book of Enoch comes into play, but I'm not well versed in that either. So you're talking to the wrong person when it comes to that.
All right, but this is this is the deal, right? Mm-hmm. We have 3 different stages of thought. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, right? I'm not this is not factual, but this is how I carry it. We have book knowledge, mm-hmm. we have street knowledge, mm-hmm. and we have common sense. Sometimes different things have to kick in. Not too many people have all 3. Some people have 2, some people have 1, some people have absolutely none.
So you take spiritual knowledge and you discard it? You don't even include it?
I never said, when did I use the word spirit?
You didn't. That's why I'm asking. So you have street knowledge, book knowledge, and common sense.
Common sense.
But there's no spiritual knowledge or spiritual awareness.
There's a such thing as
govern all of those?
No, because a spirit, there's a such thing as evil spirits. You got evil ass people. You got people who get on their knees and pray that shit don't work for you. So you have evil spirits. So when we dealing with spirits and spiritual, anytime we dealt with anything that was spiritual, most of the time it was some evil shit. That's why ghosts are spirits. Liquor is spirits.
Right. That is what people call it, and it's because of the activity that comes from drinking it.
Is that a good thing?
That's why they call it.
But
spirit.
Is that a good thing though?
No, because you're intoxicated. But my thought to you is you don't actually need to be intoxicated, and there is a spirit that is the Holy Spirit in my belief, my faith, that governs all of that.
Okay, so let me ask you now. Let's deal with the sciences. So let me deal with the science of. You know what dopamine is? Mm-hmm. Do you know what serotonin is? Mm-hmm. That has a lot to do with your spirit. That's scientific. What raises your dopamine? What lowers your serotonin level? Mm-hmm. You trying to tell me it's some entity or the spirit within you of good and bad news or whatever? Makes you spit. You could be like, yo, I'm about to make lasagna. You could start dancing and your spirits is up. You could hear some good music. Your spirits is up. There's no such thing, in my opinion, because.
But even with that, I don't mean to cut you.
Because a lot of people keep treating spirits like it's some type of currency, like it's a current, right? Like it's something that you.
But it is, because that same lasagna could also make me remember something that is sad. Maybe a family member who loves lasagna. So I mean,
but that's mental,
it's the
though.
Same thing.
That's mental. That's mental. That's not spiritual. That's mental.
That's experience.
That's still mental. That's not spiritual.
I think everything is spiritual. That's just
because you're a believer, though. And I'm not knocking you. I'm not saying you're wrong, but you know, at the same time, even in belief is not 100% accurate. You do know that, right?
Again, yes, because there's such thing called cognitive dissonance. You can believe, look at Diddy, for instance. People still believe in Diddy, right?
Let me give you another example. Let me give you another example. Mm-hmm. Right now, if you ask me what time is it, and I say I believe it's about 12:35. Is it 12:35?
Well, you're estimating.
That's what believe is. I said I believe it's that way. I believe it's 12:35. Do I know or do I believe?
So you're estimating. So
that's why belief is still doubt.
And that's why you didn't say it is 12:32 right now.
Exactly. I don't
Okay.
know. I believe it is. So when you believe in something, that means you don't know.
No, I do know.
So
I
say
believe,
you know God. Don't say I believe.
Wait, time out. I believe I'm a good person. How do I know that I'm a good person? Because not just
You
because
can't
of what
believe
I
and know
do
at the
and
same
how I
time.
treat people.
You cannot believe and know at the same time. They do not occupy the same space. Either you know, because belief is doubt.
So then I'm going to say I know for a shadow, without a doubt, that Christ is the Savior, that Jesus Christ is my Savior, and he will be coming back. Yes.
Where you coming back from?
I believe in I know that there is a Father and Son and the Holy Spirit.
Okay.
If that's what tickles your fancy.
Okay. I'd rather you say that, though, because it makes, but see, this is where we start dealing with common sense.
Semantics.
It's
no,
not. No, it's not.
semantics.
No,
And
it's not.
that's what people
No,
do
it's not.
when they
It's not
discuss religion
semantics.
and politics.
No,
It's
it's
a bunch
no.
of
Listen,
semantics.
no, it's not semantics. That's not
Okay.
semantics. Semantics is when you replacing words. We're talking about the meaning of words. It's not semantics. The meaning of a word is the meaning of a word. Semantics sometimes is when you're saying tomato,
It's when
tomato.
you play with them and you
Yeah,
and you
tomato,
play tricks.
tomato,
It's
or
like technology.
yeah, that's different.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about words and common sense. And when some things don't make sense to people, they start dealing with belief because they can't prove it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather just say, I don't know.
Oh, yes, Bernadette. Yes, he is my Savior. I'm not asking.
Get out
I'm
the
not
chat.
asking you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And looking at the same time, I'm going to be real with you. I
What?
like what you're saying because it's millions and billions of people who agree with you, who on the same time you on. And that don't mean that y'all are wrong. That don't mean that I'm right. It just what you said where you at with it. And that was the best thing you could have said. Because next year, you might be somewhere else. The year after that, you might be somewhere else. You might be in a different level of understanding. That's why understanding is the best part of everything. And I think because we have different understandings sometimes, that's where we clash. You see how we're not arguing? We're discussing.
Oh, no.
But people will lay you down behind these discussions. People will bust your goddamn head or tell you going to hell. You know what I'm saying?
It's yeah.
And
yeah.
I don't think that that's.
But
I don't think that that's right.
it's not right. Again, I'm going to continue to study. Right. I was forced as a child to be a Christian. As an adult, I'm doing it with my own free will because this is what I choose
That's
to
cool.
know,
Mhm.
not to believe. Thank
Right.
you, Doggie.
Yeah.
This is what I am choosing to know and want to know more about. So I'm going to continue to study. And again, there's a few things that you said within this conversation that I wrote down that I'm like, I need to look this up because I don't know it all.
Do you believe in
and
dinosaurs?
I don't presume to. I don't believe in
You don't believe in dinosaurs, okay.
I'm sorry.
So you think that like fossils and paleontology and all that is BS?
I don't believe in dinosaurs.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I don't believe in it.
Okay. So is that the religious
and you know what
aspect?
it is?
Mm-hmm.
You know where I'm confused with that is timeline, right?
Mm-hmm.
Timeline. I get that. Okay, so let me say this. I do believe that the fossils that they dug up, some of them, not all of them,
Mm-hmm.
some of the fossils that they dug up are real and in fact true. Again, I am not well versed in the book of Enoch. I know that there were giants and all of these things that are in that book, and there are a lot of sources that say that book is a true book of the Bible that was taken out.
Mm-hmm.
I am confused about timeline when it comes to dinosaurs. So let me not say I don't believe in them because that will be asinine. There are fossils and there are things and It's just timeline. I don't believe so much in what humans tell us about dinosaurs. Let me put it that way.
But it's the humans that told you about the Bible, though.
But again, I'm connected to God.
No. Kiki.
And he said, I would know the truth. I would know his voice. And I'm choosing to know his voice and to know that when I hear it, it is him or it is not him. And that's where I am in my journey.
So you're back on this voice thing again. You're going back to the voice thing. So you regress back to the beginning because it was humans that gave you the Bible. What is the original language that the Bible was written in?
Aramaic.
How do you know?
Well, because that was the language of the time in that region,
how do you know?
Right? So that's the language that, because it's not just humans writing a book. There are this one book, I would say. There are other books and other scribes that was written at that time that basically says the same thing that is said in the Bible, or that can confirm the Bible. So
but it still was written by a human, though.
Inspired by God.
Because the alien didn't write it, right?
Absolutely not.
So it's still, inspired by God. And then you do know that many of these books are written thousands of years apart, hundreds of years apart. Some people
First of all, that's a lie, not thousands of years apart. The furthest you can go is a few hundred years. But again,
okay, all right. No, that's not a lie. Because you just caught.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. When you are cross-referencing the other historical, either the books, artifacts of the time, they confirm what is in the Bible.
All right.
Again,
Kiki, can I ask you a question? Let me ask you a question. You said you said I'm lying. You said it's hundreds.
I'm saying this for your listeners. I am not a teacher, and I am not someone.
We're just having dialogue. Listen to me. So you're saying hundreds. What's the timeline between the birth of Jesus and the creation of Adam? How many years was that?
That's many generations. And okay, so
but that's not hundreds. That's thousands of years.
Okay, but here's the thing, right? So the Old Testament, the Torah, is, yes, that's the beginning of the Bible. However, the gospel starts at Jesus's birth.
What that got to do?
This is because what Christians believe is that once Jesus Christ came, died on the cross, and was resurrected, he fulfilled what was in the Torah.
I'm glad you said that, right? So when Jesus said, I come not to change the word, but to fulfill it, what word was he talking about? What word was he talking about?
To fulfill the prophecies.
Where was the prophecies at? Where was the prophecies at?
In the Torah, in the Old Testament.
So how do Christians cancel the word that he came to fulfill?
No, you don't cancel it. You still follow a lot of what is in the Torah. But what he's saying is, I was the sacrifice. So not to do away with the Old Testament, but I've already fulfilled what was prophesied in the Old Testament. So to go on from the resurrection on, we should be focusing on living our lives according to what Christ said we should do. The laws and the command, not the
commandments don't come from him.
But the commandments came from the Torah, which were, you're absolutely right, but he fulfilled that. So now we have a new covenant. So there's a new covenant in place for us, and there are things that we have to do. In the New Testament, it lays it all out, how he wants us to live, what our walk should look like, how we should be set apart from others. It's all there in the gospel.
All right, so let me ask you something.
Now we're waiting for his return.
So you think he's coming back?
I believe he's coming back because God is not a liar.
You said you believe.
If he said he would, he will.
You said you believe.
I know he's coming back.
God didn't say he was coming back. Jesus said he was coming back.
and Jesus is God.
Oh, okay.
You don't get to God without the
That's
without
cap.
going
All
through
right, I'm
Christ.
gonna be real with you. That's cap. I don't believe Jesus is God. You can't be a son and the person.
This is the conundrum between different denominations and between different people, different fashions of Christianity.
So let me ask you something. Is your brother your father too?
No, my brother is my brother. Physically. In spirit, he's my brother in spirit. He is a part of that spirit world. So if he goes to heaven just like I go to heaven, yeah, we don't even recognize each other as brother and sister anymore. So I don't know how to answer that question for you. Here on earth, he is my brother. He cannot be my father.
Did Jesus have a mother and father?
Me. He cannot produce. He did not produce me.
Did Jesus have a mother and father?
Jesus has a mother, and Jesus does have a father, God, who is in heaven.
Okay, so who was Gabriel?
Gabriel was an angel.
Okay.
Gabriel is an angel who is a messenger.
Okay. Gabriel brought a message from God to Mary that had a virgin birth.
Mm-hmm.
And that virgin birth is not nowhere else in any other doctrine in the world.
So it is in other doctrines, but I'm not going to talk about other doctrines as far as religion is concerned, but I will say this. There are letters and there are writings of that time who confirms that Mary was a virgin who gave birth to Jesus Christ.
Okay, so let me ask you something else. When we dealing with the virgin birth and the Trinity, do you know how many denominations and different people believe in that actually predates Christianity?
Oh, I know.
So what came first then?
I know the stories.
So what came first then?
I know the stories.
So what came first?
I know God came first. And I know that people have been trying to quote unquote fulfill that prophecy from the Torah for many years, and they have been false until Christ came, and there were other records that confirmed the Gospels.
What's the other records?
I can send that to you.
Okay, so we talking about what you talking about, the Gilgamesh
We're talking
epics?
about historical.
You talking about the archaic records? That's what I say, the archaic records. We talking about
right.
You talking about the Gilgamesh epics, the archaic records? You talking about stuff like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let me put my phone in the charger.
And that comes from and look, and that comes from what? That comes from man, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have things that were written that's older than the Bible. You do know that, right?
You don't have to speak to me like an infant. Yes, I do know that there are books and there are texts that are older than the Bible.
So this boils down to belief.
For you.
No, for you. Yeah, it don't belong. No. You know, okay. But you don't know because I just asked you questions that you didn't know. So you don't know.
And I guess that's where my faith comes in. To know that what God said is real.
So you know, it's a certain thing as blind faith too, right? You heard that before, right?
Of course.
Okay.
All faith is blind.
But you gotta have faith, right? That's what belief is.
All faith is blind.
So is belief. I just proved that to you earlier.
Listen, you got me with that, with the word belief.
Anyway,
but
great dialogue. Again, I'm not I'm not against you as either. I just be trying to gain understanding from people. Me personally, I'm gonna be real with you. Me personally, my point of view, I believe that some people need community. I believe some churches could give you community. I think some churches could give you a sense of belonging, especially in these trying times where we dealing with holidays and a lot of people don't have family. A lot of people we getting up there in age. A lot of people are deceased in your family. I believe that some of these places are good places to start
Yeah.
to build community.
It says it in the Bible too that you should commune with like-minded people.
It also said be fruitful and multiply. That's the problem now.
That's true too. That's
You a sinner too, though.
Be fruitful and multiply. But who did he say that to?
All I heard is I don't care who he said it to. I took it for me.
Okay. Okay, Doggie. All right, Doggie.
I mean, I'm just being real. Like it was specific for one person. I mean, it is what it is. But I'm about to get up off here. I got some stuff I want to work on. Yeah, I gotta. We gonna continue this conversation another night. Because I ain't trying to be on no religious stuff on my channel either. Because I'm gonna get some people.
I know.
Because I'm gonna get some people that's out of their damn mind, and you gonna get balked on. I ain't having it.
So, and I'm pretty sure I was already looking at the comments, and they're telling me to study, and I know that I need to study. So, all of you people out there, I am not someone who claims to be an evangelist, a preacher, a teacher. I am
a believer.
I am a knower of Christ. I know Christ, and He knows me. And I hope that when I close my eyes, He says, "Well done" to me. And I pray that you guys experience the same. What I will say to you is, because I just looked it up real quick when you just said be fruitful or multiply. He was talking to Adam and Eve, and then later to Noah, to be fruitful and multiply, to produce and to reproduce. Yes, especially Noah after, the flood. So
you believe the flood happened too, right? You believe the you don't look at you believe the Bible like word for word, like everything in the Bible is right and exact. That's what you believe. That's what you know.
I believe that everything in the Bible is right and exact. Some are metaphors, some are proverbs, obviously, to teach us lessons. And then there are some things that are actual facts and actual things that happen. So yes, and that is, my friend.
So how do you decipher what's what? Like, you don't believe some things are just allegory. You take everything
we're going back to the beginning, knowing God and knowing His voice and being able to decipher.
What does voice
And then
sound
what
like?
I don't understand, going to someone who understands more than I do, who can basically break it down for me. So, and then lead me down the right path to know for myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. They're asking questions like, does she believe in Noah's Ark and the animals could fit in one boat? Listen, do what you will with what you have heard. If I have inspired you to do your own study,
I'm about to
go
say,
and do your own study.
Yeah, be careful though, because
right?
you about to use some Aleister Crowley quotes. I do what y'all will. I'm like, whoa.
No,
you just turned into the devil real quick.
Listen, I've read up on that too. I read up on that. I read up on Egyptology, all of these things that you brought up to me today, and I know them to not be real. So this is where I am in my journey, and I don't want anyone
You say Egyptology is not real?
No, though the gods that they worship are not.
You do know the correlation between some of that in the Bible, though, right? That predates some of the Bible. But you do know.
I do.
So how could some of the...
I'm
listen to me. No,
before
we go.
People in the chat, if you're calling me a sheep,
why you worry about the people in the chat? It's okay.
As long as I'm a part of God's herd.
Listen, you're gonna be saved. You good? Don't worry about it.
As long as I'm a part of God's herd, and if you want to laugh and joke on me, then laugh and joke on me.
Don't worry about the chat.
Laugh and joke
See, this is why you can't be a good. This is why you can't be a good co-host. Y'all be too sensitive. I be trying to find female co-hosts.
I'm not sensitive. I want to remind them.
Answer in the comments. Answer in the comments. Don't be sitting here arguing with them.
No,
So
it's not an argument. I'm sorry that you think that it's an
you
argument.
like,
It's not
I
an
know
argument.
I'm going to sleep and I'm waking up tomorrow.
No. As long as they say sheep, and I say as long as I'm a part of God's herd, I am fine. I am fine.
Okay.
And even this conversation, this is what we're supposed to do as Christians, right? As
I
knowers
ain't
of
no
Christ.
Christian.
No, I'm not saying you are. I
Oh,
know
no,
you're
you
not.
gonna be talking about
I
we
know for a
supposed to do.
fact you're not.
Yeah, don't say
But what I'm
we
saying
supposed
is,
to do.
for us
Okay.
people who are knowers of Christ, right?
Okay.
We are. This is what you're supposed to do. If there's a conversation, now I'm not going to sit up here and boast and make it seem like I know more than what I know. That's where people go wrong, right? I'm not trying to seem like I know more than what I know, but what I will stand up for my faith, and I felt like calling in to do that.
No, it's
To
cool.
answer
Look,
some of your questions.
no, what you did tonight is, first of all, and we could really end on this note. First of all, dialogue is underrated. When we're having dialogue that's not rooted in disrespect. Some dialogue is very, very condescending, very disrespectful. I don't think we did that. Now, you know, I'm a jokester and stuff like that, so I'm gonna ask critical questions in my way. But I think sometimes people can't have dialogue without saying, hanging up on you or you cursing me out or whatever. I don't think none of that took place. So I think this was healthy dialogue. I got some stuff that I want to look up based off of what you're saying, and vice versa. So I guess it's for the listeners that's listening, for the people who's in the chat, for the people who's going to listen on the playback. It's this healthy dialogue, because again, there's millions of views. I think it's more views than it is me. You understand what I'm saying? I think it's more of you. Matter of fact, I know it's more than you, because I'm a goddamn heathen. No, I'm just saying, I'm being for real. It's more of yous than it is me. You know, so it's not gonna be people who they probably curse me out. I don't care though, because I'm with all the smoke. You know what I'm saying? But
well, get them for me too, because I'm pretty sure they getting me too. But get them for me too. I refuse.
Come back, come back to the comments and hold yourself down. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. But y'all, I appreciate you. Thank you for calling.
Once you see me commenting, you're gonna be like, "Oh, that was you, Kiki."
Yeah, because I don't know who you are in there, but make yourself be known. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I appreciate you for calling in. This is a dope dialogue, and I appreciate you. Thank you for calling.
All right, I appreciate you too. Thank you for having me. Yep. Good night, everyone.
You stole the show. There's no more callers. This thing is over. This was the Kiki show.
Sorry.
No, I don't want to talk to nobody else. No, I don't want to talk.
In that case,
it's 1 a.m. I don't want to talk to nobody else. It's over. I got other stuff to do. And this was an impromptu late show. So I've been on here for a while. Me and you probably been talking for like 35 minutes, but it's cool. All right. So let me hang up with you, and let me close out. Thank you.
All right. God is good, y'all.
All right. Bye. I will say this. I ain't taking no more callers. Let me just take this off the screen. I ain't taking no more callers. I will say this. Out of everything dealing with religion, I'm not jacking a lot of stuff. I don't believe in a lot of stuff. I don't follow a lot of stuff. But I'm going to tell you this. I like gospel music. Gospel music is the only music besides jazz that can make me feel good. Not even for the word of the prayer in the songs, not even for it saying Jesus a lot, not because it even saying God, because it's always something uplifting. It's always something to bring you to a higher state, depending on what mood you're in. So I like gospel. I love gospel. Now, am I in the crib wilding when it start getting fast and they start beating tambourines and shit? I ain't with that type of gospel. I ain't with that. But I like gospel when it just, because, again, in this time, in this particular state that we're in this season, in this season, you need as much pick-me-up as you could that don't require you smoking no reefer, drinking no liquor, or being some type of deviant. So at the end of it all, I like gospel. And I ain't giving up on gospel music for nobody. So what I want y'all to do in the chat, even for the playback, no, not the chat, do it on the video. Put your favorite gospel song in the comments so we could compare and contrast and get us a little gospel playlist going on. You know what I'm saying? Gospel is real. So this is what I want you to do. After the video is over, after I leave, put your favorite gospel songs in the comment section so we could get our little, we could start comparing, contrasting, and getting our little gospel things. I'm going to put one of mine in there. Or my favorite one, it's a few of them. I like the Clark Sisters. I love Reverend Paul Jones, I Won't Complain. That's like my favorite one. And then you got Donny Hathaway, Someday We'll All Be Free. It's kind of gospel to me. You know what's you know what's a gospel song that you don't know is a gospel song? Alicia Myers. What's Alicia Myers' song again? Damn, I can't think of it. That's a gospel song. I Want to Thank You. Alicia Myers, I Want to Thank You is a gospel song. She starts, I want to thank you, Heavenly Father, for shining your light on me. That's gospel. But it was just, the beat was just dope. Listen to the words again. So all gospel is not always like some Christian or anything like that. Sometimes it's just talking about God. So if you listen to Alicia Myers, I Want to Thank You, that's a gospel song. Listen to the words again. I ain't talking about that Kirk Franklin stuff either. I'm talking about the Clark Sisters and Aretha Franklin and that old gospel and Reverend George Cleveland and that type of stuff. And I was rocking with Marvin Sapp until he said close the church. And but yo, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Let me get up out of here. I got some work to do. I'm trying to drop this full Benzino interview. I just want to say this before I go. This is very, very important. This is very, very essential. Many people over the internet interview the people that I interview. I'm not saying they did it before me. I'm not saying they did it after me. They just do it. We do it a lot. So there is a few people that I interview that I see them get an interview. But for some reason, when I put out my content with these said people, I get a lot of negativity towards me, like, why are you interviewing these bums, or these people is bums, or these people is lying? But when I look at their content that they did with other people, it's never no negative comments. So I'm starting to get annoyed by that. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, or you don't got nothing to say pertaining to the actual content, don't come on my chat room or don't come on my comment section attacking the person unless it's pertaining to the content. Because when I see these other channels, like a Benzino or these other people or Gene Deal, when I see them on other channels, I see people in the comments speaking to the content. But when it's me, people don't speak to the content, they speak to the person. I'm getting a little tired of that. So if you don't want to get blocked, stop doing that shit. Because what y'all not gonna do is make me think that I'm doing something that's wrong, when 9 times out of 10, I did it first. I'm repurposing content. The story has been told on my channel, and it's content. But y'all always got something to say about the person. For example, I posted some things with Gene Deal. You know, I got an hour-long interview with Gene Deal. Y'all saw it. I got all these negative comments. Oh, he's a liar. He just 50 Cent posted him. He was on his dick. So is it Gene or is it who's posting them? Don't do that. If you don't have anything to say pertaining to the actual video, just don't say shit. I don't care how you feel about the person or the people who I'm interviewing. Shit is corny. Because I got an hour-long Benzino interview and it's coming out. And I see him on all these platforms. I don't see Bumzino. I don't see none of that. People speak to what he's saying and comment on what he's saying. And stop acting like y'all got a bunch of content and a bunch of interviews and all that shit to pick and choose from, because you don't. And I think that's been making me a little apprehensive to drop a lot of content I got, because I let y'all fuck with my brain. And I'm better than that. I shouldn't allow that. I'm finding hard drives everywhere that I know got a bunch of content on it that y'all never saw before. And then I'm starting to become apprehensive because I'm letting what I know better than make me second guess what I know better than. I gotta get right. We off that. So whatever I put out there, if you don't like the person, don't say nothing. Salute me. Say shout out to me or whatever. But all this nigga's a bum. Why you interviewing this person? The fuck up. It's over for that. Before I go, have you heard about my $100 promo deal? If you didn't, let me give you some details really quick. First and foremost, the promotion will be done on Doggie Diamonds TV as well as the Interlude TV. That's on the Insta stories, the YouTube communities, the threads, the Facebook, and the Twitter accounts. I could promote whatever you need. But as a reminder, this is for serious inquiries only. Must be Cash App ready. I can help you bring more awareness to your products. Just contact me at Doggie Diamonds on Instagram. Also, listen, now accepting new clients going into this new year. Consultations with Coach Kandaka. This is for artists, podcasters, business owners, content creators. The services include social media growth, brand clarity, organic supporter building, rollout strategy, and product management, as well as monetization strategy. So as you do promo with me and you have a product that you need promoted, she could work in conjunction and tell you how you need to roll it out and give you a strategy for that. A custom-made strategy for you. So that's what it is. I'm Doggie Diamonds. It's the next time. Yo, I appreciate y'all for joining me. I know it's late as hell. Somebody else must be live. But yeah, I'm working on fixing a lot. So until next time, I'm out of here. Peace. And don't forget,
Doggie Diamonds did this.
Did you hear what I said? And if you click on the logo, you can subscribe and watch these related videos. You heard me? And what I said was,